good practice today after a day off and get going. I think our guys are excited to start playing games. I think sometimes when you get that many days off, you almost wish you were playing games. So it's a good stretch, but we're through it and ready for tomorrow.
As far as tomorrow, I know Jersey has some injuries they're dealing with, but your take on what kind of challenge they present?
Yeah, I mean they're a fast team. They play fast. I said maybe from the exhibition games we're going to have to be ready to skate, ready to compete, keep them in front of us. And so I thought the exhibition game, it was real early, 80% lineups. I thought that we did a good job inside of that game. We need to generate a little bit more, but I think that now we're in the regular season. It's go time. They're in our division. They're a really good year last year, and our guys will, we're going to need to be sharp. They're a high octane, put a lot of pucks at the net. They defend pretty well, and they play with pace.
Even though you weren't here, do you acknowledge the significance of playing the team that
Yeah, I think everybody knows what happened last year. I think they know the parties involved in the first round, but this is also a new year for us, and there's different players. It's not the same team. It's not the same makeup of what went on last year. Last year was last year, and our group's got to find our way this year.
What's your approach to a pregame message, or saying when you're coming off of a long break like this in action?
We tried to just take care of it out there. Like everything we did was to try and push speed and battles out there today, and we did that Wednesday too. Wednesday I thought was really good. Today I think it took a minute. Some of the passes were off early, but by the end I thought we were humming along pretty good out there.
Is Igor ready to go?
He went through the practice today, full practice, no restrictions, and so we'll make those decisions.
You've talked earlier in the season about wanting to reduce the odd man rushes against, not make those costly turnovers. How have you felt about the team's work in that area so far?
I think we're pretty low when it comes to the league and odd man rushes against. I think we've done a really good job. And then there was 2 games that were really bad, and I even think the second game against Columbus, that number was up there against. Again, they're pretty good off the rush. So the first game against Columbus, we gave up way too many. We gave up less, but still too many. The other games, those numbers have been down. So I think we've done a pretty good job with regard to that. I think we've done a pretty good job also of managing the puck with decisions on breakouts, the decisions as you cross the red line, and even trying to value possession in the offensive zone. It hasn't been a big issue, but we talk about those things every once in a while.
When it comes to the goals, are your decisions between those two now? Like, is there any reason for looking to call up a guy, or is he good to go, and it's just to decide who's going to start tomorrow between Igor and John?
So we just finished practice, and so now it's a recap for me, which I haven't had yet. And so when we go through there, I know that he came out of practice fine. There wasn't any setbacks in practice. He looked good to me, but I still got to go down and talk things through. So that's why I don't have an answer for you.
Two out of your last 4 games, you've only had 1 power play opportunity. Is that just the flow of the game, or do you need to do something more to draw fouls, or are you not getting calls?
I think some games go like that. Some games there's 6 power plays and 5 kills, and then other times there's 1 and 2 or 3 and 2 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1, 3 to 1. I think that's just the way the game gets called. Sometimes there's different people looking at the game. The officials are different and how they view it and how they do it. I don't feel like we've been slighted power plays with regard to the opposition. I don't feel like it's 8 to 1 every night, so I hadn't really thought about it like that. It seemed last game that they were willing to let the 5-on-5 go, and little things they went past, and that was fine with me. I was okay with that too.
You never know where chemistry is going to develop. Is there something that you see between Panarin and Lafreniere that's allowed their chemistry between the two of them to develop? Like, do they play? What are they about their games that maybe they play off of each other well, or is it just that it's just working now?
It does obviously seem to be a little bit of chemistry. I think Phil did a good job when he was in the middle. I think Troach has done a good job in the middle there as well. That line's been effective with either player. with regard to the two players you're talking about, I think they read off of each other. I think sometimes you have to think the game the same way. You have to think about areas to go to and where to be and what to do. I do think the offhands, both playing on their offsides, has opened the game up a little bit for them as they're entering zones and inside of offensive zone play. So that's been a positive as well. But there's definitely a bit of a connection there.